Hello. Okay, it's Grandma Danette. We're doing lesson number 5 for 7 to 10-year-olds, and we're going to be doing oil pastels. So you're going to need your number 2 pencil, your Sharpie, eraser, black colored pencil, a brown oil pastel, and a purple oil pastel, light gray, medium gray, dark gray oil pastel, yellow ochre, yellow orange, light green, the next level green, and then a medium green. And of course I'll be using my darker pencil than you, and we're going to be doing this picture right here. Okay, so we're going to start with our horizon line, which is about 2.5 inches from the top, and we're going to take that across. You don't have to make it perfectly straight, and then go up a little and then down a little. And then we're going to make our pathway for our river. So we're going to start with about in the middle of the picture, and we're going to come over to the left, to the right a little bit, way over to the left, and then back toward the middle. And I hit my hand. Erase the line that I didn't mean to do. Okay. All right, so next we're going to continue up here in the background by adding a mountain here. Well, first let's add our second line. That'll help us place the mountains. Okay, so it curves a little bit to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, and then it's going to end up here, okay? So just know that you're heading for this point right here, and as you bring this curve down, look toward that, and you will actually draw right to it. If you look to where you're drawing, not at the point of your pencil, a lot of times you'll be able to draw a straight line much easier. So we're going to bring a line. Let's draw this mountain here, and it's just going to go up, and we're going to have about that much space, about 1 inch from the top, and go off the side. We're going to come right here, and we're going to draw another mountain, and it's going to stop above that first mountain. And then we're going to actually make our line go over here. And we're going to add our background mountain. Okay? Now, our river, we're actually going to take it to this point right here. Okay? Now we're going to begin the ovals for our trees. And the first one starts here over the river. Okay, so we're going to add 1 oval and 2 ovals. The next one is going to be as high as the mountain in the background. So we're going to do another one. The bottom oval is much fatter and goes down further than this first oval. Okay, and we're again in the mountain area. This one is like a teardrop. And this one again goes lower, and I didn't make it fat enough, so make it fatter. This time I didn't do the dotting for the shapes because these are simple shapes. Okay. Next we're going to add a rock down here at the bottom. So we're going to do a rectangle with part of it going off the page. It's got to come down, so draw a line up, a line down, a line across to the edge of the page, and then the top of our rock, we're just going to do a squiggly oval. Okay? Then we have another rock right here, and we're going to do triangular shape, and then a line for the bottom of the rock. And we've got some grass, so we're just going to come up, down, little jagged marks. Okay? Then over here, we're going to add another patch of grass. So draw a line up, and then do your jagged marks. We're going to connect our tree trunks now, and we're going to change this to more of a squiggly line and do it on the outside too. And erase what's in the middle. You no longer need all those lines in the middle. See? Okay, so I erased those lines in the middle. I made my lines on the edge jagged. I'm going to do that for the other two trees. Holding your paper really good so you don't wrinkle it as you erase. I'm going to make my top a little smaller on this one, as I had it a little bit big. Okay, then we're going to add the tree trunks, which it's just going to be a line down, down, across. We're going to put a V in the middle. Okay, this one, we're going to make it a rounded bottom with a V in the middle. And this one, same thing, round bottom and a V in the middle. Final details. We're going to add water lines. I want to correct my line here for the river. I don't like this line. So I'm going to bring my river, I'm going to correct that line. I like that much better right there. Now, of course, my lines aren't going to erase as easy as yours. You're using a lighter pencil. Okay, so we're going to draw a line right here for the river water, and right down the middle here. One to the left, curving it. One that follows this. Another one goes right in between. Then we're going to do a long one right here with a little loop at the bottom. Loop. And another line. Another line. Making them go the direction the river is going. Okay. One more line here. One here. One here. We're going to add some grass marks on each side of our trees. 2 on each side. Okay, and we're going to add 2 more pieces, tufts of grass. Okay, so you draw your straight line, then draw your jagged lines up, and one more further up. Okay, next take your Sharpie and start outlining all the lines that remain, not the lines you erased. Neighbor's dog's outside, gonna bark. I don't know if you can hear the music. It's tall. It's Indian music from a Bollywood movie. Now, if you miss the line, remember, don't go back and try and get it by making the line, you know, going over the line again. Just deal with the fact that you missed it, and it's no big deal. We'll just erase the other pencil line that got missed, okay? I mean, there's always options like whiteout, but when you color over whiteout, it tends to be a lighter color, no matter what you do. So if you just erase the line that you missed, and you don't mention it to anybody, nobody will know. As artists, we, or as maybe humans, we tend to point out what we did wrong. And if we don't point it out, no one will know. We know, and we focus on it, which we shouldn't. We should just accept it. All right, going pretty fast here. Now, if I'm going too fast for you, you can pause the video so that you can catch up. Bollywood has some very cute movies. They're almost always about romance. Somebody sacrificing something great for somebody else. All right, when you've done outlining all your lines with the Sharpie, hold on to your paper really good and start erasing all your pencil lines. Holding your hand close to where you're erasing so you don't wrinkle your paper. Okay, so we're going to work, oh, the one thing I didn't mention that we need is a blue for the sky and blue for the water. So, sorry about that. So you need a light blue for the sky and a darker blue for the water, and then an even darker blue for the water. So 3 blues, okay? I think that was actually a purple. All right. So I'm going to start with the light blue for my sky. Sorry, I hit the camera. And I'm going to inline, meaning I'm going to go on the inside of my frame, the inside of my mountain. We're going to do the sky. Okay, so go ahead and inline the area that you're going to color. and then color it horizontally, going across, not up and down. If you turn your page, you can do up and down, which would actually, when you turn it back over, is going to be across the sky. Okay, once you have it colored in, hold your paper towel over your finger a couple times. I'm going to go ahead and clip this back to my board because I'm working on an easel. You can work on the table and you shouldn't have as much trouble with it moving around. Hold your paper really good and start blending by rubbing all over the oil pastel. So I'm going to go up and down. I colored across with my oil pastel. To get it to blend, I'm going to go up and down and back and forth. Okay? Try not to rest my hand in it because I don't want all the color to get here on the side of my hand and smear it into the rest of the work. Gonna have a little lesson here in aerial perspective. The mountain that's the furthest away is the lightest, so we're going to use our light gray for that one. Okay, so go ahead and inline it around your bushes, color it in, then blend it. Now, if you have some Q-tips on hand, that'll be good for little areas. I don't know if these areas are small enough to need it. Okay. I actually have an extra line in here. I failed to erase that one, and you may have two, which is okay. That just gives us another mountain. So for this one, we're going to use our medium gray. And it's a kind of warm gray. Mine is. So it's got a little bit of brown in it. Okay. Next one, we'll do a darker gray. And the next one, the one closest to us, we're not going to quite do that color on the picture. We're going to do brown and purple or lavender. Well, no, that's more of a red violet, okay? So we're going to do our brown first. Inline it and color it. Remember to turn your crayons so you're using all sides on it so you don't end up with one giant point. Okay, color that in. Let's add our purple right into that. Okay, we're going to take our paper towel and blend it. Okay. All right, now we're going to do all of our grass. And it's got some yellow in it, so let's go ahead and add some yellow back here by the mountain. So you go ahead and color that in. Add some yellow there. Music's getting a little loud. All right, so we're going to add some back here. Go ahead and add some back here. Okay, and then go ahead and add your lightest green that you have. Into all the grass. You don't have to do the dark green tufts if you don't want to, but it's easier if you just go ahead and color them too. Alright, so just go ahead and add your green right on top of that yellow back there. And go ahead and inline all the area that's going to be green. Going around, well actually let's just go over all our grass. It's be able to go around the rocks. Go around the river. And color it in. And my crayon just broke. My pastel, my oil pastel just broke. Okay, keep going until you get all the grass area done. You can color first and then blend, or you can color a little bit then blend, color a little bit then blend. I'm gonna color everything and then blend. Not everything, but the grass. I'm gonna do all the grass before. Don't forget that little V area. You need to put some green in there. I'm kind of going every which way in between these trees. Pretty much once you've gone around them, you don't have much left to color in between them. Okay, once you've got it all colored in, if you need a new paper towel, grab a new one. If there's still room on this one, go ahead and use this one. And start blending. I'm going to hold it down again, help me keep it from moving. Okay, and blend all of your grass, trying to stay out of the river. and stay out of your rocks. I try to always have music on when I do art. It just helps me keep in the art frame of mind or focus really well. So it's really quiet without it. Okay, now let's use some yellow ochre on our evergreens. Okay, yellow ochre is the brownish yellow. You can go ahead and use that right there on the tree trunks too. Okay. Now we're going to add some green to our trees. We're going to add it to the, we're going to keep a little bit of the yellow showing in areas. So let's keep some yellow showing on the right side. So let's put our green on the left side of the tree. Leaving the right side to be yellow ochre. Okay, so take a Q-tip now, and we're going to blend the yellow ochre side by itself. If you get a little green, it's okay. Now don't do the trunks yet. Okay, turn your Q-tip over now and do the green side. See if we can keep from pulling it all off. Don't push too hard or it'll all come off. Once you get a little bit on the tip of the Q-tip, it'll stop pulling it off. Okay. I'm doing a circular motion because these are leaves, or little tiny pine needles all over it. Okay. Then we're going to move on to our tree trunks, and we're going to use some of that brown that we used on the mountain, and we're going to put that on the left side. Well, first, I beg your pardon, let's blend our tree trunks with a new Q-tip. Okay. All right, and just add some dark brown to the left. and we're not really going to blend it. All right, then we're going to move on to our grass. And we're going to color that in with a green. And we're not blending it. Great, someone's going to do some yard work now, so we get to listen to a lawnmower. I don't know if you can hear it over the video or not. It's another reason I play music. Okay, get the grass down here by the rock too. Okay, and let's see if we want to blend that. If you blend it, it's just going to all come back off. So go ahead and just leave it colored in, okay? Let's go ahead and do some work on our river. So we're going to take our medium blue and we're going to start coloring in our river. Try and keep your hand up off of your work. It's kind of hard to control that way, but if you have to do anything, set your little finger down, but that's it. We don't want your hand in the oil pastel. So try an inline and then color in, okay? You can set it on the edge and reach over if you can. Got to learn to keep your hand up in the air off your work. Just the oil pastel touching the work. Okay, and try and follow the direction of the river when you're coloring this. Keep your hand near where you're coloring so you don't bend your paper. And remember, try to go the direction the river's going. Okay, get a new paper towel. Wrap it around your finger real good. I'm going to double mine. My paper towels are not that thick. And roll it around my finger and start blending my river, trying to follow the direction the river's going. Hold your paper real good. Try not to get in the grass, but if you do, it'll should just look like dark green if you accidentally get in the grass. Okay, we're going to take our darkest blue or a different blue, and we're going to follow our lines. Don't go on the line that's in the middle of the river, go beside it if you can. We're not going to blend these lines, we're just going to leave them there. Okay, and try not to leave any space between the line and the black line. All right, and the last part is our rocks down at the bottom. So we're going to use a light brown and a light gray and a dark gray. So go ahead and start by coloring it, inline it and color it, and then blend it. With the medium gray, because here we use the light gray, now we're going to use a medium gray. And I'll move my paper up so you can see the rock that I'm working on right there. And so I colored it with the medium gray. I'm going to go ahead and blend it, holding my paper really well. I did both rocks, the medium gray to start with. Now I'm going to use the darker gray on the top part here. I'm going to just color it in. I'm not going to blend it away. And I'm going to use it on the top of this one. And I'm going to add some to the bottom of each one. I'm going to add some of the dark green to the grass for a shadow under the rocks. Okay, here we're going to add, let's use some dark blue under each of these, and we're going to put a little shadow on. We're not going to blend it. Making sure it touches the bottom of the tree trunk. Okay, we're going to do it under each thing of grass too. Help them sit down. It makes them feel heavy on the bottom when you do this, and also gives them a little shadow. Okay, last step. Now go over all your black lines that you did with the Sharpie. Go over them, and if you're careful, you can gently set your hand on your work, but I'd rather you didn't get in the habit of it. Go over all your lines that you did with the black colored, with the Sharpie. Go over all of them with the black colored pencil. Wipe your tip off to get the oil pastel off. This will bring those lines back where they got covered up. Okay, so go ahead and do that for the whole picture. Don't forget to wipe your tip off on a paper towel occasionally to get the extra oil pastel off your pencil. See how nicely that brings the lines back? Do it over the whole picture. Every Sharpie line, go back over it with your colored pencil. Okay, don't forget your river. I'm not really drawing lines again. I mean, if I miss my Sharpie line, I'll be able to see my pencil line. But mostly what I'm doing is removing the oil pastel that went over my Sharpie line is what we're doing, which is why your line is suddenly showing back up, is because you're removing the oil pastel that's covering it up. And I didn't quite blend good enough down here, I see. Let's get some of that real quick here. There. All right. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to take my dark brown. I'm going to add it over this green just a little bit right in here at the bottom of the rock. Just a little bit. All right, there you have it. Lesson 5, oil pastels. I hope you had fun. Keep drawing. You're fabulous. Bye-bye.